Robinhood really wants you to sign up for Robinhood Gold, and it just made a few announcements that it thinks will sweeten the pot. Hey everyone, this is Kyle from FiNE News, your financial resource for a changing world, and today we're going to be discussing Robinhood's recent keynote event. During this presentation, Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev took to the stage to basically announce three big things. So we'll start with the first one, which is a completely refreshed app experience for their flagship app. Basically, they realized that as they've been expanding, now you have all these different tabs on the bottom of the screen, and it's just getting a little cluttered and a little hard to find things. So they're going to be rolling out a brand new thing where you'll basically be able to customize the different widgets and emphasize what you want to look at when you visit Robinhood and change those out and do all sorts of things. There's also going to be a special section for Robinhood Gold customers, which is kind of a theme that you'll see going on here, as that was kind of the big push for this. It was actually called the Gold Standard Keynote. So Robinhood Gold's been a big priority for them recently, and that's not stopping anytime soon. On that note, the second major announcement was a 1% unlimited deposit boost that's coming for Gold members. So this is somewhat similar to something we've seen them do with their retirement accounts, where you get a 1% matching bonus for regular users and a 3% match for Gold. And they've also recently done transfer bonuses, where when you move an account from a previous brokerage account, that you could get a bonus that way. So this will be for funds that you deposit into your Robinhood brokerage account, and there are no caps on this. So basically, if you add $1,000 to your brokerage account, you would get a $10 bonus, all the way up to however much you're going to be depositing. Hey, editing Kyle here, and I noticed on the Robinhood website that this 1% boost will actually be paid out over the course of 24 months, so that's kind of interesting. And according to a blog post that Robinhood put out after the keynote, this is expected to start in early May. Finally, we have the biggest and the most expected of the announcements, which is the launch of the Robinhood Gold card. So the big headline with this card is that it'll earn 3% cash back across the board, but let's talk about some of the other specifics as well. First, I do want to mention that while Vlad was on stage announcing this, he gave a little shout out to the Steve Jobs iPhone announcement of the past, introducing what he said were 3 different cards, and then just kind of repeated them and made it clear that it was actually just one card. Those being a starter card with a low barrier to entry, an everyday card with no annual fees and family-focused digital features, and a premium card with a metal design and rewards. So the first thing that I think is important about this card, besides the rewards, is that there's no annual fee, but you do need to be a Robinhood Gold customer, which does cost $5 a month or $50 per year currently. There's also no foreign transaction fee, which I think is a win, and it will operate on the Visa network. And then something they didn't really talk about on stage, but is mentioned in the blog post and on the website, is that you'll also earn 5% back on Robinhood travel portal purchases, which is something they haven't really announced before. I guess that's brand new. But that also brings up an important point about the origins of this card, which is Robinhood's purchase of X1. Another holdover from X1 that they didn't really talk about is that you'll have the option to redeem your points for gift cards from top brands, but you'll also be able to use cash back or deposits into your brokerage account and the like. So beyond the rewards, they did show off some other features of the card, starting with virtual cards, which are pretty commonplace these days, but this seemed like they might have some additional features, such as an incognito one where it seemed like you might even be able to put a different name on the card account when you generate a one-off card, so that could be interesting if that's actually the case. It also looks like it will have a pretty robust authorized user program. You can add up to 5 people, family members or other loved ones, and it said that this will help them build credit as well, which I think could be notable in some situations. And speaking of credit, Vlad did mention that their goal is to try to approve as many Gold members as possible with this card. It wasn't really clear on exactly what the parameters will be, but it sounds like they're trying to cast a pretty wide net in terms of creditworthiness for this product. Finally, as you might have seen from different hype videos or from NBA players wearing chains with the card, there is going to be a solid gold version of this card that people can get, but there's a little bit of a catch there, as you can imagine. So you don't actually need a lot of money to get this 10 karat gold version of the card, but you will need to refer 10 friends to sign up for Robinhood Gold. It doesn't sound like they need to sign up for the card, just for Robinhood Gold. And if you do that, then you will qualify to get this special version of the card, which is also really heavy. It says it's going to weigh 36 grams, which for context is about double what the MX Platinum is, or close to that. So yeah, definitely a heavy card, but 10 referrals to Robinhood Gold. I don't know how many friends you have. I don't think I'm going to be hitting that goal. But for the rest of us, we'll have a regular metal card that's plenty flashy enough. So the waitlist for the Robinhood Gold card is now open. They said on stage that it should be rolling out within the next couple of weeks. And it's hard to know what that means because Robinhood sometimes goes really quickly with their waitlist rollouts, and sometimes it can take forever. So I don't know exactly when you'll be able to get one for yourself. And of course, you can move up by joining Robinhood Gold, referring other people. So you can get on that if you are interested. So that's it for this overview of Robinhood's keynote. Overall, I thought it was a really good event. There was a little bit of hot mic at the end. I don't know if they've cut that from the stream now that said as much, but maybe a little bit more colorfully. And also, I should mention that Robinhood's stock price did move up after hours after this keynote. So it seems like the market is liking it. I'm personally liking it. And to be honest, I was never a Robinhood Gold member until today. I figure this is something that I'm going to have to review and check out for myself. So I'll let you know how it goes. And speaking of Robinhood Gold, I should also mention that some of the other perks you get with that are now 5% APY on your uninvested cash, a 3% match for Robinhood IRA contributions, up to $50K in instant deposits, a lower 8% margin rate, which I have no intention of using, and some other perks. With all of that, I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are on these Robinhood announcements, so be sure to let me know what those are in the comments below. And for more fintech, credit card, travel news, and more, be sure to subscribe, and thank you for hitting the like button. And so I'll see you next time here on FINE News.